Okay, here we are. I'm getting ready to demo my project here, my Rails project. So first of all, I'm just going to do a break DB drop, make sure we're starting fresh. And once we're all migrated and seated, we can get going. You can see I'm using a little bit of a strange IDE here, but it really shouldn't cause any issues. Only thing is you're going to see that my oops, there it is. That my Rails S looks a little funny, but other than that, works just like any normal IDE. Okay, let's get going. So my app is called Instrumental, and it's an instrument rental service basically. So it uses Devise for the login, and as you can see, if we try to access any of the services before we log in, it won't let us. So let's sign up, create a new account here. I'll just make this dkennel5. That's David Kennel is my name. Just make our password. Don't tell anyone. Okay. Now we've started out here because this is the last link I clicked, but this is the home page. Pretty simple. If we try to, at this point, go to any of the logins or signups, it'll tell us that we're already signed in, so we can't look at those anymore. Let's take a look at our rentals. What we've rented so far. We haven't rented anything, so that's empty. Basically, a rental consists of at least one instrument, up to several, as many as you want, basically. And let's go ahead actually and take a look at how that happens. When we rent an instrument, we can choose to have it insured. We can choose a rent-to-own plan. Either one of those options is just $10 extra. And the way this service works is pretty much any instrument that you can think of in any particular model of that instrument, the company will actually go and get it for you and then rent it to you. So let's say that we want to rent a kazoo. That's a model Yamaha X55 Student Series. Okay. We rent that, and now in our rentals we have a rental with that instrument. And the way the service works, pretty much any instrument costs the same. Just to simplify the domain a bit. If we want to take a look at this rental in particular, we can see more details. This is actually a nested instruments index if you look at the URL here. So you can see it kind of works more like a rental show page, but it does include a nested instrument index. And to be honest, that's more just to hit all the points on the rubric. So some things were a little bit shoehorned, but it really, it does the trick, and it looks okay. If we want to add more instruments here, we can to the rental. The insurance and the rent-to-own fees are flat fees, so if we did select those boxes, they wouldn't change with the addition of another instrument. So let's see. How about a flute? And we'll do a Black & Decker. Travel series. Can you tell I'm making these up? Okay. And so now we've got 2 instruments in this one rental. And if we want to, of course, we can add more rentals to our rentals. One thing that you might have noticed the prompt for is if we don't know exactly what we want, we can take a look at what's in stock. And this just redirects us to the instruments index right here. This is the non-nested instruments index. And these are a bunch of instruments that the company just happens to have in stock. So if we're not happy with the flute we just got, we can rent this one. It sets us up with all of this right here, and really this is just for aesthetics, because there's actually a the index of the, or the ID I mean, of the instrument itself is being passed through as a hidden field. And again, this was a separate rental, so you can see that it's listed separately here, and the rentals are listed by date, just like that. And if we go and look back at the instrument index here, we can see that that instrument is no longer available. So the renter spotlight, this is to meet the criteria that we use what's that method called? Let me look right here. On the Rubek, a scope method. So to find the most recent rental and its user, if we look in the rental model, you can see that we have a newest renter scope method here. And the way we used that was just to have this very simple feature that just congratulates the most recent renter on renting their instruments. And if we log out and come and don't rent anything else and come back, we'll see that that's still there. So that's the basic gist of it. I'm going to go ahead and log out now, just so that I can show you that we're also using Devise OmniAuth to be able to log in with Facebook. And it kind of, you have to click around a bit sometimes to, whoops. There we are. And again, if we try to hit the login or sign in buttons, it'll tell us we're already signed in. And then if we go look at the renter spotlight, you can see that it's still congratulating my other account on that rental. And other than that, the app works pretty much the exact same way. Let's get this acoustic guitar. Let's get some insurance for it. Bam, there we go. And you can see that it's $50 a month as opposed to the $40 that the other rentals were, because insurance is an extra $10 a month. And there we go. That's instrumental. Thanks for watching.